Hi, welcome back to Metomati, where I share videos featuring traditional Greek dishes with my Greek family for my personal project in the RB program of St. Thomas High School. Today on Tuesday, August 27, 2024, I'll be making souvlaki with my dad. This is my first time barbecuing, so we're going to see how it goes. And Dad's going to teach me the ropes, so maybe next time I can do it myself. For your ingredients, you'll need salt and pepper, oregano, pita bread, lemon juice, and olive oil, as well as your tomatoes from the Yas garden and onions, and your pork souvlaki sticks. The first step to open the barbecue is to open the propane tank so then the heat could start. The next step to open the barbecue is to open the lid and start the burner. Usually at the end or the beginning of the barbecue, you have to clean it. And in my case, or my dad's case, he does both. By cleaning it, you have to let it burn out a bit and then use certain tools, which I'll show you later. And as you can see here, we want it to get to 400 to 450 degrees.
All right, so the barbecue's at 450 Fahrenheit. And it's time to clean the grill top, so everything's a lot easier to clean. And we use these two tools in this household. And for the most part, it should be pretty quick. So we got ourselves a prawn, got ourselves the actual souvlaki. So these are pork souvlaki from a supermarket that prepares them fresh in Laval. I believe it's Atlantis. We put them directly on, and it's gonna on the grill, and we need to rotate them in a way that they get a specific color. So these are pre-marinated, which is always helpful. And they're pre-skewered, so you just worry about the actual grilling of them. That's it. We gotta leave them up until they gain some color. Once the perimeter on the bottom starts getting some color, we start turning them over. So it's been maybe something like 5 minutes and stuff, and we're just gonna agitate them a bit. They got some color, but they need a lot more. So Elena was just saying how hot it is on the grill, and there's a solution for that. The solution.
Cheers!
All right. So we're getting some good color here, which is great. It's the warmer part of the barbecue. I'm gonna shift these guys over a little bit and start introducing the warmer side, the rest of the barbecue. And that's it. It's just a rotation game.
Time to check on them again. These ones are looking almost ready.
Sure, that's a great color right there.
Great.
So a little more browning here. But if we turn it now on the higher heat, now we're getting the color that we need. Metomati.
Look at the legs.
Look at this guy.
I'm gonna jump at you.
Yeah. All right, so we're coming closer to the end. And yes, you also need music playing when you're barbecuing, along with the beer. So now, you see how the crisps are like crisping up a little bit? It's darkening up a little bit. This is the part where we have to be careful that way we don't burn them, right? So, and you know, the rotation, for example, of some of these sticks, because of the fire, we'll just toss them around. So these guys look okay, and we're gonna lower the fire over on this side here in a way that we'll just keep them hot up until all of them are done like the way we want them to be done. So this is one of the most important parts of barbecuing. You gotta taste it. It's imperative. You choose one that's kind of like where it's supposed to be, and you're careful, you be very careful not to burn yourself. I always burn myself, and I hate burning myself. Normally there's a couple of other utensils, but we'll get to see here that it's cooked through and through. Obviously with the seasoning, it's gonna taste great. All right, so this is the taste test. That's right.
Mmm.
And now, like we said at the beginning of the video, we're gonna pump up the heat one more time. We're gonna let it run for 10 minutes. We're gonna wait for it to go to 500 maybe. And we're gonna scrape it down, that way it's ready for the next time. Typically, after the meats are done, what I do is I spread over some olive oil and lemon. However, our friend here is a little bit on the empty side. So most Greek households, as you might imagine, have an illegal stash of olive oil.
I feel that thing weekly.
So now, we spread this generously, only because the meat will absorb everything. And what's better than an excess amount of olive oil?
How do you measure that?
Metomati. A little bit of lemon juice and you just splash it generously.
Now moving on to the pitas, we're gonna make a lavo-lemono recipe, which translates to an oil lemon recipe, where we're gonna use this brush to like oil it up so then we can put it on the barbecue again. So there are two types of pita bread. There's a thin one and a thick one. Today we're using both. First, we're using our olive oil, probably around 1.5 cups. In this household, we don't measure very much. Then we're moving on to our lemon juice. Not as much as the olive oil, but probably maybe around 1/2 cup. Of course, the oregano. This is fresh from the summer from Kibarisi. Okay. Yanita.
This panakopita lady.
This panakopita.
She brought it.
Moving on to our salt. And your marinade should look like this. So now it's time to oil up your pitas, starting off with the thin ones. You take it, okay? You take a good amount of the lavi, and you just go for it, both sides. Now that all the pitas are oiled up and lavied up, it's time to go back to the grill. And while we've been doing this, the grill has still been on, so it should be a quick and easy process.
So we're back out now to crisp the pitas. Look at the temperature, 550. And let's see what happens at 550 degrees. You see all the flakes up against the grill? And all the whitening in certain areas? So that's a easy removal process. So the grill is extremely hot. And we just have to crisp these that little bit. Let's not forget that this side of the grill is hotter. So you see the grill lines here? That's really all it needs. That olive oil lavo-lemono marinade will give it the flavor and the softness throughout. Oops, this guy's like... Okay, that's it for this. We're gonna strip the grill one more time and shut off the burners, close the propane. We're done with the outside.
So now it's time to cut the onions and the tomatoes. These tomatoes are from the Yanisa's garden, so you know they're good. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these tomatoes in half moons, so they'll be nice and pitas. Now these are done and ready to be served.
Alright, so we take a parchment paper, take one of the pitas here. Now there's two theories. Do you add tzatziki first, or do you add tzatziki later? Or do you add it both times? Put it on the roll, and we pull it. It's a little messy, that's okay. And we dress it with a few tomatoes, fresh tomatoes from the garden, depending on your preference. The onions. And then, you know, a little bit more of this. A special sprinkle of salt.
Metomati.
We prepare this. We kind of pretend that we're wrapping it so the juices won't fall anywhere. And you run with it.
They still usually do anyways. And there you go.